We are live from the Fine Arts Faculty Lounge. Oh dear. Uh, nope, I want that one. Yep, that's better. I think. Okay, yes. Yep. Don't mind me just fiddling with stuff. Yep, yep. Nope. Yes. Do, 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 do. Yep. Cool. So we're not set to get started until another like 10 minutes or so. So just gonna vibe in the meantime. It is so quiet in this room. Why are there so many? What's even in those rooms? Are there really that many TVs? Okay. All right. So the way this is gonna work is well, uh so this really only works when I've got Discord on the browser, and then that way I can share share my screen, share that tab, and that way the tab will have audio. Because otherwise, if I tried to do it with the Discord app, it wouldn't play audio. So it's a little convoluted, but I don't have OBS set up on my laptop, so we're making it work. We're doing what works. Oy vey. Gonna full screen this sucker. Nope. Gonna unfull screen that sucker. Also, when I do share my screen, my face will automatically be on this side of the screen, like little webcam YouTuber reaction view. So, yeah. Wah! Hello. Hi. Just a heads up, I'm currently live, so don't say anything too TOS breaking. Yeah, maybe give out your social security number while you're at it. Yeah. Yep. Hmm. Let's see. Is there a way to manually turn on streamer mode? Yeah. Enable. Yippee. Mm-hmm. That's always been there. Have you not noticed? Uh, that's funny.
Everything.
Whoop. I believe we are in fact live, so I'm gonna grab a share link.
Oh, let me do this.
Drop it in the chat.
Hello, are you on? No, we're doing one. Okay.
And I'm also gonna send that to my parents.
My dad! You're my dad! Boogie, woogie, woogie.
Woogie woogie.
Actually, I like that. I like that. Well, I have not planned the session. But that's okay.
Well, I can't imagine
That means we can go
that
off
you
the
would
rails.
possibly do anything else.
Well, I mean, it's not like we're gonna do. I mean, it's not like I really have any plans. The only thing that I was gonna plan is nail down like things like city structure.
Pardon.
Oh, you know what we need to do?
What do we need to do?
Hand out the Discord link to the freshmen.
That
We
is
normally
true.
do that at the start of. Yeah, we normally do that, but we have not done that yet.
Oh. Woo. Okay, good. We're getting audio from everywhere. Yippee. Yippee.
I'll put that here. It's been so long, I forgot the names of my own gods.
Oh, jeez. Have you seen the Minecraft movie trailer?
Yes, it is very bad.
Ugh. Ugh. Pain. What? Huh?
Oh, what is the child's name?
Meanwhile, in Sky News, they're doing a Moomin season soon.
I heard about that. What Moomin is?
It was, well, let's see. I'm pretty sure it started out as like a comic. Yeah. And then it became a TV show, which was pretty popular, apparently. And I
Hmm.
think the comics are still going. And it's like, I don't know, it looks cute.
Yeah, I have not played Sky since the summer,
Ah,
so I'm kind of out of the loop. Mainly just because the hyperfixation went away,
fair enough. Yeah.
and I just haven't gotten super back into it again. To be
Hmm.
honest, though, I have not been motivated to play any. Like I've wanted to, but I've not been motivated to play any video games since the school year started.
Honestly, senior year, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grinded for like a month straight. 500 candles. So I could get a whole bunch of cosmetics from this
What is
group
this?
of
Oh,
traveling spirits. Now that I'm done with it, I'm like, I'm free. I don't have to gray out every time I do a candle run. Uh,
hmm.
this room is so quiet, my word.
Okay.
What?
Kathy's not joining us.
Dang it.
Johanna's not joining us.
Dang it.
Kathy's sick, and then Johanna's obviously doing the bonfire.
Why is everyone getting
Um,
sick all of a sudden?
because it's the season where people are sick.
Well,
Um,
they should stop that.
yeah, so it's we're just waiting. I mean, Gimmick said that we could start without him, but I don't see the point in starting until Becca gets here. But does she remember?
Do you remember?
I mean, I pinged everyone this morning.
Do we need to DM her?
Maybe. We'll give it a little bit. Let me finish writing this.
Alright, Apple. Make me proud with your battery life.
Hello? Bro, I don't even know who you are.
Oh. Hello to the 2 people who are currently watching the stream.
There's people watching?
What?
I
don't know.
Hi,
Possibly.
Mom.
Well, I don't know if it counts, but I'm one of the people. I have the stream up.
Oh, okay.
Why wouldn't that count?
Although there's only one person watching now. Okay, never mind.
Hi, Mom.
Hmm.
Oh, this is back.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, Mom, if you are tuning in, you're welcome to just like talk to us in chat.
I am poking the Becca.
There's very faint trumpet music playing down the hall.
Oh, where are you, by the way? Are you like one of the call rooms?
No, I am currently in the Fine Arts Building in their faculty lounge.
Trumpets make sense then.
Yeah.
Wait, how'd you get access to the faculty lounge?
It's because I'm a monitor.
Oh,
I am employed.
I didn't know you were a hall monitor.
Yeah.
Honestly, I find the idea of like hall monitors for college students kind of funny because it's like, it's not like we aren't adults, but there has to be a hall monitor. And I do realize it's also like for check-in purposes, but still,
Yeah.
like, we're not children just running around in the halls.
Like
No, that's in the
technically
dorms.
speaking, we're a branch, like we're working with public safety. Like we're an arm of public safety.
Oh,
So that's sort of like the official reason for why we do what we do.
do you have to like?
And
do you have to get like special safety training?
No. I just gotta make sure that people aren't canoodling in the practice hall.
Wow.
Yeah. That there aren't any shenanigans happening.
Wow.
And that everybody, leaves the building by the end of the night.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting because, the desk in alumni has. Oh wait, never mind. It just made sense to me. Be quiet. Okay, you know what?
No, I don't.
Candace, do you remember what you were doing at the last session? Because I watched part of the live stream, but that was only to make sure that we had actually transferred to the next day, and it was indeed the morning, and it is.
Yeah, let me see. Pretty sure I took notes on this sort of thing. Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't really do much last session because if memory serves me right, we fought the vampire. Alexei got charmed. I got bit, and Alexei
Yeah, that's right.
beat the crap out of me. So I'm gonna have trust issues. And then I think the rest of the session was just Kathy blowing Gimmick's worldview out of the water. Or
Yeah.
Tony's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think in that situation I would have just been like, I'm gonna go to bed and sleep off whatever
that was the morning that all. That was the morning that all happened, where they went to bed and then they got up the next morning and
then had a chat.
Yeah, and then had a chat. Okay. Well. Okay. Here, we'll come back to you in a second. Also, I can't see your beautiful faces. I mean, I can see Kira's on the live stream, but I can't see her on Discord. Wow!
Now you get 2 doses of me in my I'm mirrored.
Uh-huh. Hey, Josh.
Hi.
So yeah.
Hello.
We're gonna do stuff with you because you missed a lot.
Okay.
So you wake up the next morning. Okay, so you remember you were about to go in and fight the vampire with everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened was that there was this mass wave boat went over, and it was like people were like jumping. It was that big. And suddenly you felt something hit your head really hard, and you blacked out.
Uh-oh.
You wake up the next morning in your bed with a really bad headache.
Oh no. My head hurt.
Yeah, your head hurt.
Where am I?
You are... Yeah, you're still on the ship. But you were where you have been sleeping.
Okay. Is anybody around?
Not in your room, no.
Okay, get up and try and find somebody.
Okay. You walk out on the deck and you see the crew doing their crew stuff. And you see Cassandra and Falsifer having a conversation at the front of the boat. It's best to leave them alone for right now.
Okay.
Yeah. But they're awake.
Um,
And Candace, I think were you were awake by this time too, right?
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Avoiding Alexei, so probably
Oh,
eating somewhere.
okay. There is like a cook's quarters
Okay.
that, yeah, people that is running. So there's someone down, but so you can get food down there if you desire.
Okay. I'm gonna eat one of my bananas.
Yay! The bananas that you've been holding on to since session 1.
Yes.
Yep. They're magic. Huh?
they're magic bananas?
No, they're not.
No.
They've just
But
been...
it would be really funny if we got to the end of this whole session and I still had at least one banana in my bag.
Yeah.
It would probably be disgusting. But
I'm just saying that they're magical because they're not rotting. And I don't want to have to make them rot over time.
I'll take that.
Roll
Okay.
for banana rot.
Roll for banana rot. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go find Candace. Since everyone else seems occupied or occupied.
You do pass by the cargo hold on your way down there, and Cassandra's door is still there.
Okay.
And it is slightly ajar.
No, I'll check that out later. So
Yeah.
first go ahead to wherever Candace is.
Yeah, you find Canis.
All right,
He's
I'm sitting
downstairs
at a
getting
table.
food.
Yeah, sitting at a
Hey.
table. I've got food with me. Like, oh hey, look who's
It's
awake!
more
You must
like-
have protection.
It's more like
take it we won, or are we all vampires now?
Well, I don't know. Are your teeth any sharper?
I don't think so.
Do you feel a distinct aversion to sunlight?
Not anymore.
We killed the
usual.
vampire, man. Come on.
Oh, okay, good. I missed it, I think. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, the vampire attacked. Big surprise. We beat it. Not a big surprise. Though Alexei, the idiot, got charmed by it and kind of beat me to
That's
a pulp.
right!
So,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was interesting. Anyway,
Wow. And
yeah, we
Okay.
eventually we did kill it. Also, I
That's
have a
good.
dragon now. Like there's
I
a
can
By
go
the
for that
way,
for that.
pseudo dragon like curled
it's
onto
not.
my lap or something.
Yeah.
By the way, it's not like there's like a kitchen quarters, like an actual room. What it is the crew's quarters, so a bunch of hammocks, and then the back there's like a counter with like stools, and then like a small kitchen set up behind it.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys are like sitting at a counter next to each other.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want something
But
to
yeah,
eat?
the
How's your
Canis
skull?
has a
Yeah, sure. Oh,
All right.
getting hit in the head. It's not fun.
And like reach over and it's like this big pot of gruel or what have you, and like get a bowl. Eat here.
Thanks.
Doesn't taste
Sit
like much,
down and
but
start.
you know,
Yeah.
they'll fill you.
You just get what you can get sometimes.
Yep.
Knob, knob, knob.
um
I'm like feeding bits of banana to the pseudo dragon.
I mean, he'll eat it. He does this thing where it's like it's not really what a dragon would normally eat. So what happens, he takes it, he like eats it whole and does this thing where he like thinks it's gonna be tougher, but it ends up just getting really squishy in its mouth, and then it swallows it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Hey, by the
Candace,
way,
I'm gonna go ahead and.
Oh.
I mean, continue if you have
Okay.
dialogue you want to do.
Yeah, but by the way, Puddle Man, you know all this magic stuff. Do you know how familiars work? Because apparently this thing is a familiar, my familiar.
Roll Arcana.
Me or him?
Well, I've never personally had any familiars. I'm trying to remember if I've seen any experience of them.
It seems easy
have,
to
Sybil
do what I
has one.
say. So
Okay, well, I rolled a 3, so.
Yeah, you know nothing other than okay, so you've been around. But you haven't seen very many spellcasters with familiars. Sybil is the first time you've seen a spellcaster with an active familiar.
Yeah. I mean,
and she is still with you guys.
Yeah, I've seen a couple, but I've never. I don't know how they work. If you like summon them or whatever.
Huh.
That was from the. What was it, an egg or something that you got?
It was a plushie.
Plushie, yeah, that's.
Yeah, scared the fur off of my butt when it first showed up, man.
Don't suppose the plushie came with instructions?
It did not. No, not like I could read
that's
any.
Unfortunate. You know, fair. I forgot about it.
Oh dear.
Okay. Well, has it been causing problems for you?
No, it's been very agreeable. You know,
that's good.
Cute, I think.
It is currently has its tongue partway sticking out of its mouth.
Oh. Nice dragon.
You know how you can clearly see in this pseudo dragon's eyes There's only one brain cell. There's only one brain cell working in that head. It's clearly just a silly little guy.
It doesn't seem too smart, but it was kind of helpful when the vampire was attacking. Like I told it to do a thing and it did. So
Oh,
yeah.
that's good. That's cool.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to do with this thing, man.
I mean, if it's magical, it doesn't need food. I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, you did.
I
It's been
gotta
eating
talk to
stuff from you,
Sybil
right?
about it.
True, she'd probably know.
She's got that like
She's
shark
familiar.
thing.
Yeah, she should know about this stuff. Speaking of,
Yeah.
how do you know how much farther we have? I don't know.
Oh,
That was out.
we should be about there. Captain said we'd be arriving today, so.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I think we're just waiting for the land
Remind me,
ho.
DM, what city are we going to?
Elmort. Speaking of which, Candace. We are going to a city that is outside of Talos. That means people from here on out are going to be very much not friendly to animal folk.
Okay.
In order to keep your freedom, it is advisable that you and the party come up with some sort of story in order to make it so that you seem like you're owned by somebody, but you're not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Because otherwise, there's a chance that you either might be caught or you just straight up might be taken.
Oh, you're not gonna like that. What's the name of the city again?
It's Elmort.
Elmore.
You can both roll history if you want to see if you know anything about this city.
1 sec, I'll make dice from my pocket. So
18.
18. Okay.
That wasn't that one.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you don't know anything, especially since that your upbringing was so isolated. That I mean, you saw there was like picture books, like pictures and books you can look through. But not being able to read really hurts you, man. Zane, you traveled through Orinda. So you have heard things. So you were able to know a little bit about this place. Elmort used to be a colony like Neri is. But that was about 20 years ago.
Okay.
They have since declared themselves to be connected. They have since then declared themselves to be a city-state. So they are their own unified government, but they are still allies with Orinda.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it. There was when you were going through Orinda, there was a very mixed population. That's one of the great things about Orinda. Think of it as like America in the sense that it's like a melting pot of a bunch of different like people and races. and like cultures. That's sort of like what Orinda is, except the governing people are either elves or any of the... Huh?
I misread the times.
What did you think the time was?
8:30.
Oh, I mean, it's fine.
That's fine.
I may be stupid, but it's okay.
You may be stupid, but you're still hot.
That's because I'm clean now. So I took a shower.
It's
Shower
fine.
is worth being late for.
Yeah, it's fine. Gimmick's gonna be late too. So.
We've just been chatting, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, Orinda is like America in the sense where it's a melting pot, but the... God dang it, I need... Hold on, give me 1 second. What are the 5?
Okay,
Okay,
sure
but the people who rule the country are part of the 5 patron races. So, elves, tieflings, humans, and dwarves. You rarely ever see orcs outside of their territories.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
To go back over my legs.
Oh, and they have a monarchy. It's like a monarchy with like a council.
Cool.
That's fun.
Okay. So.
Oh, that's cute.
And our business here is just passing through to the other place?
Yes, you are passing through. If you would join me in opening the map, you are passing through Almort and passing through Orc Country in order to get to Fort Strand, which is Calendine's home, his hometown. What you're going to do is you're going to go from Fort Strand and explore the mountains that are directly to the north of it in order to try to find the Water Genasi tribe. Because legend says that they are somewhere in the mountains of Elwood, but we do not know the exact location.
Cool. Like in like that Delta region.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ignore the fact that it's on the map. It's there for my sake.
What's on the
Nothing.
map?
Nothing.
Okay. Okay, so we're not probably going to be staying here super long. Just passing through.
No.
Question. Are the orcs... How do the orcs feel about animal folk? Just curious. I may have learned some about that from What's-Her-Face that I met.
Yeah. Your friend.
Yeah. History.
Roll history. Well, I pull up her name because she's in my NPCs.
Vistra Jadeford.
I know I don't have 8 HP total.
No, you healed after last session. This is the morning. By the way, this is the morning after the fight with the vampire.
Okay, so it turns out
I feel like I would know which stance the orcs have. Then again, I just generally don't trust anybody. So.
History check 11.
11?
11.
Mister taught you a lot of things. That's how you know the orc language. She also told you a little bit about their culture. And you remember her saying that that their culture is very isolated, and because of that, they're very passive towards visitors.
Hmm.
That could be many different things. That could mean that they're, that it's just the orcs out there. The orcs and the monsters. That's pretty much all that's out there in the plains of Eowyn. So either meaning they're passive could mean that they're just not, they're not necessarily welcoming to travelers, or it could be specifically some people. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that's fascinating info dump, and I might remember some of that.
Cool. I don't know if I'll remember it either.
Okay. Well, so you said we're making landfall today.
Yes.
And then I'm assuming we'll probably want to stay in town for the evening, or at least find some way to get farther inland to Fort Strand.
Mm-hmm. Right. You do remember this one thing, and this is something that Vistra specifically told you. She told you that she invited you in particular to come visit if you wanted to. The problem is, one, she didn't tell you which tribe she was a part of. But something important that she did tell you is that if you do come into orc territory, you will need a guide.
Okay.
And those guides can be found at Elmort and at the town that's right outside of Orc Country, which is Brancho.
Cool.
Yeah. And what they do is they are essentially like what are those people that specifically an ambassador? They're basically an ambassador to the orcs. And they lead you through our orc country on the main path.
Interesting. Well, this breakfast was not that great, honestly. But it was good. So, you want to head up top and see what's happening?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. All right.
And I just kind of like toss the dragon over my shoulder.
Hold on. Alexi.
Yeah.
What are you doing? This is the next morning.
I probably was also having breakfast.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't be surprised. Was I supposed to be doing something in particular?
No. Sorry, give me a chance to think.
You're good.
Oh, quick thing. You just kind of dipped when combat stopped. Is there anything that you in particular that you did last night? The coffin got taken care of by Falcifer. Yeah, I think he got rid of the coffin and he purified both the coffin.
Yeah.
Purified.
He purified both the coffin and the body. And he cleaned them off. But he is keeping the nameplate.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Kaladine is nowhere to be found currently.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna assume that
As she would.
Somewhere.
Yeah. So the vampire pretty much sorry, no, there was no body. That's right. It became ash and went away in the wind.
Dust in the wind.
Dust in the wind. Yeah, so he just purified the coffin and threw it overboard, but he kept the nameplate.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if the vampire's all taken care of, there wouldn't be much else I do.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, you wake up and you come out and you see Cassandra and Falcifer looking like they're having a very in-depth conversation at the front of the boat. It's best to leave them alone for right now.
Yeah.
And then
That's the plan.
you go downstairs to the crew's quarters where there's a kitchen in the back, and you see Canis and Zane having breakfast at like the little like peninsula.
I hear
Yeah.
him come in, and I'm immediately like, "Okay, Puddle Man, I think we should go see what the other two are doing up top." And I like drag him out, and as I pass Alexei, I give him like a death glare, and keep going.
Okay.
Okay.
How
Fun.
Becca, how much do you remember of last session?
Not a lot.
Okay, well, something important that happened to you is
Well,
remember you got
hang
charmed by the
on,
vampire and attacked the crew.
Wait. What couldn't
if I
that be like a part of the charm where he doesn't remember what happened while he was under the charm?
It's entirely possible.
No, because like I specifically remember like right after he was done, people were like, "You were charmed," and he was like, "Oh yeah."
Oh, whoops.
Oh
sorry.
yeah.
So
Well,
he remembers. He doesn't remember physically like attacking people, but he does remember people saying that he was charmed afterwards and attacked people.
Okay.
Okay.
I still give him a death glare though.
You're allowed.
Anyways, yeah.
He still doesn't care.
He's Alexei.
Okay.
Like he's going to recognize that was a death glare. Cool. Oh well. He's probably been glared by so many people. But yeah, I'm still gonna food. Delicious.
Yeah. Well, it's not that delicious.
It's not that delicious.
We're on the end of a
breakfast.
whatever.
What do you expect?
It's gruel.
Yeah, but like when you're hungry.
Yeah, it's food.
You're hungry.
As we're walking back up ship, and we passed by Cassandra's door, and it's still ajar. I'm assuming.
Yeah, it is. You peek inside, and so last night they had set up a bunch of stuff in there for the crew to stay in there, so they would be safe.
Mm-hmm.
You find Sybil asleep on one of the mats in like Cassandra's like living room area with the fire, and yeah.
Is the shark puppy around?
Yeah,
Chubby.
it's funny because the dog is awake and he's just kind of like sitting next to Sybil and just like panting and like staring at her.
Do we know? Does the shark puppy have a name?
Yes, it does have a name. Let me
Do we
find
know
its
the
name. I think so. Let me find its name. Its name is Fido.
Fido. Oh yeah.
Oh dear.
Its name is Fido.
It's like
Phenomenal.
good. Hey, Fido.
He like looks at you and like barks.
Sybil doing okay? Cool. Keep going upstairs.
That's
okay.
Had to find my note card with the things that Alexei has questions about.
Yeah. You get on deck, and right as you do, you hear someone from the crew who's up in the crow's nest say, "Land ho!" And you look off into the distance, and you see the city. You see the country of Eowyn and the city of Elmort come in on the horizon.
Huh.
Yep.
Finally.
As you get closer, you realize that this city is definitely not on the same scale as Isla was. They have a wall surrounding the city, like most cities do. But it's put together with your typical it's put together with stones. It definitely looks like very rough stones that have been hastily put together.
Okay.
The wall is definitely tall and sturdy, but it just looks like there was a shabby job done. And the city of Elmort starts on a beach and then goes inland. And as the horizon appears, you can tell that after this beach, it's just plains. It's just plains and hills for miles and miles.
Oh no, the Midwest.
No, it's
the
the Midwest. It's the Midwest, but in D&D.
Yeah, because it's in the middle and the west of the map.
That's a good point. Yeah, you're right.
It's his worst nightmare. Oh, hi. Ooh.
But yeah, yeah, there's a port. The port is your typical port. And this is also the time that Sybil wakes up, and she, groggy, comes out of Cathandra's house with the shark dog, and she's like, "Oh, are we there already? Oh, what happened last night?"
Vampire.
Somebody else tell her I'm sick of that already.
Vampire.
Good grief.
Is he gone?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
the vampire's gone.
Oh, that's good.
So
Excuse me.
Okay, well,
I
we're
trust
here.
that you slept well.
What?
I trust you slept well.
Mm-hmm. It was very surprisingly peaceful.
That's good.
Yeah.
Right.
You ate breakfast fast, Alexi.
I've learned to be quick while traveling.
Yeah, that's a good skill to have sometimes. Well, so do we have a plan for what we're doing in Elmore? Assuming just finding a guide or whatever.
Yes, Sybil, you seem to know most of what we're doing. What's our goal here? Or are we just passing through?
Let me look. And she reaches into her bag and she pulls out a literal guidebook.
Cool.
She has clearly never been anywhere outside of Isla before. So she brought a guidebook with her. And it looks a little outdated. And so she flips to the section that's about the colony of Almort instead of Almort, the city-state. And she reads through it and she's like, yes, in order to get through Orc country, we need a guide.
And where
Cool.
do we find a guide?
Would I happen to have a bit more updated information?
Yeah, you can roll history.
You haven't done business up here.
By the way, Caladine comes out. She's sick.
Oh, great.
What? Sick?
Yeah, she's sick.
Okay.
Oh,
Dirty 20.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, so she's sick. She explains to you that while it was still rusty, she licked the plaque that was on the vampire coffin before it got cleaned by Falsifer. And because she was like, listen, guys, she licks rock.
That's not a rock.
She thought the rust might change the flavor, and she got tetanus.
So I believe our first order of business is getting this one, pointing to Caladine, to a healer or a doctor.
Oh, my lord. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's very ill right now. And I don't know what the symptoms of tetanus are, so she's just
not great.
She's just sick.
2 seconds.
It's funny because I saw Johanna. I was talking with Johanna today because we have a class together, and I was like, "Hey, since you're not gonna be here, what do you want? What is the excuse for your character not being in a session?" She's like, "I don't know. My character licks rocks. Why isn't she just sick?" And I was like, you know what? It would be funny if you licked the rust off the plaque because tasty.
So, tetanus, amongst other much more serious symptoms, there's also headache, fever and sweating, trouble swallowing, sudden involuntary muscle spasms, often in the stomach, painful muscle stiffness all over the body. Yay!
So she's not doing too
wonderful.
hot.
No.
Yeah, I think for Falsifer's sake and for all of our sake, we should have a doctor.
Yeah. So first order of business is definitely getting a doctor for Caladine. Anyways,
some freaking medical help.
You got a dirty 20.
I did.
Okay, so you have come here a lot because this is a great trading port between Orinda and Talos. You have never trekked into Orc country before because the savages.
Because I assume we don't have business there.
You don't.
Hi, Dad. I just
you
saw
only ever go inland if there's like a trade region in there, which most are on the coast.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only time that you go inland is when you go home.
That makes
because
sense.
you travel up a river in order to get to the port for Cardiff. Yeah, so you have come here a lot. The population is very dense and very mixed, like it is in Orinda. And this place is ruled by a governor. The current governor is a... Oh no, you haven't played that game. Witcher 3.
Played Witcher 3.
Yeah. The governor is a human man who is one of those... He's like... The way he looks physically is like a redhead Santa. But he is a very stern and tough man. With your connections, you have talked to what Nikolai has talked to this man before a few times. With your connections, you could get an audience with him if need be. I don't think you would though.
Yeah.
But yeah. And other important note. I've already mentioned this to Canis, but there are animal folk here, but they are either slaves or servants. So if you want to keep Canis free, you're gonna have to make up a story.
Canis, my dear, I have some awful news for you and some mediocre news for me.
Go on.
For your safety in this country, it would be in your best interest to pretend you're a servant of either me. Actually, none of the rest of the party is in noble standing, technically, are they?
Not that you know of.
Mm.
Oh!
Like,
before you continue...
You could argue Cassandra, but she currently isn't here right now because she's off doing whatever it is she does.
Yeah.
So, for the time being...
And you can make the argument that he is your bodyguard, which would explain why he has weapons on him.
Exactly.
Other important thing,
Mm-hmm.
that I forgot to mention, that I already mentioned to the rest of the party. Elmore used to be a colony of Orinda, like Neri used to be. But within the last 20 years, they have claimed independence, and they are a city-state, but they are still allies with Orinda.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why they have a very mixed population. It's very dense, but they're still technically their own organized government.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
essentially, it would be prudent for you to go along with this story. My uncle, Nikolai, gave you a job, but before we were able to properly place you anywhere, he was kidnapped, essentially.
Yeah.
Before he was able to do that, he was kidnapped. So I, seeing my uncle's kidnapping, offered you the role of bodyguard. Which is why you have weapons.
That is the story that we're going to go with.
That is the story. I will not ask you to do anything necessarily for me, as it is likely if we are in a fight, I will be joining it.
Do I know those people? What is it? Do I know those people?
Some of
I'm
them
your
probably.
ma.
Huh?
Some of them probably.
Oh. Let's see.
Is it someone that we know?
Do I know
Yeah,
those people?
back in character. Okay.
Are you on hall monitor duty now?
Technically, yes. Don't tell anyone.
Okay.
Hear that?
Okay, so I'm just listening to it like. I guess that's the best thing we can do. Yeah.
Yes. Fear not. As soon as we are able to drop this facade, you shall be free to do whatever it is you wish.
I don't need your permission to do anything.
I know. I just like giving you a reminder. This is blue. I don't need... Actually, yes I do. I'm remembering color theory.
Wow. Anyways.
Wow.
Yeah. You park. The boat is parked at port.
Yes, because it's always possible to park a boat.
For the sake of people not being here, I'm just gonna say that Cassandra disappears for a bit, like she usually does. And Falsifer is around, but it looks like he's having another existential crisis, so it's best to leave him alone.
Another one.
Yeah, another one. Man.
This poor guy just keeps getting his whole world rearranged.
Yeah. This is what happens when you grow up in the system.
Mm.
And then you learn the system is wrong.
Wait, no! That totally doesn't have to do with any real life implications.
Hey Siri, play REM's Losing My Religion. That's...
Oh my word, did it actually work?
Sweetie.
Oh dear. Oh,
I'm
no.
surprised.
Something tells me this isn't Losing My Religion.
No.
It's Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas.
I'm surprised mine didn't go off. The one on my...
You have headphones
Yeah,
on.
I know, but like I know, but it's not like my iPad doesn't have Siri.
You have headphones.
I guess. That's
Siri
true.
wouldn't
Because
hear
like
if you
when
had
I watch
headphones on.
things on my phone and like I listen to them out loud and
Yeah.
they'll say like Siri, then she'll pop up.
Yeah.
So funny.
My mom and I were watching Avatar, and one of the avatars is named Roku. So Avatar Roku, but our Roku
So your Roku went
responds
off?
to us saying Roku. So when the character said, "We have to find Avatar Roku," our Roku paused.
Where?
That's amazing.
Suddenly every AI thing that's listening goes off. Anyways, man.
Anyway, yeah.
Joke over. Let's
Okay.
find a guide. I presume
Okay.
there would be one near port.
No, actually. Because of the way that Elmore was founded, everything important is because when it was settled, the orcs are very good at protectors, so they were less worried about monsters coming from the plains. They were more concerned about monsters coming from the sea.
That was definitely the town bells ringing.
The actual city is a trek inland. There's a wall, and then once you get inside, you realize that there is a poor district. There's a lot of people in shabby houses that haven't fully been built yet. And then there's the inner wall, which is where the actual town is.
So we have an attack on building deal going on.
I was thinking more Bossing Say, but yeah.
They're both multi-walled cities with the poorer districts on the outside and the richest at the center.
Actually, with Orinda, it's more like the poor district crescent, and then like...
So the poorer district is more towards the coast, and then the further inland you go, the richer people get.
Yeah, with that dirty 20 you got earlier, you know that's because of that is like that because how the colony was originally built.
Yeah.
They originally built it inland with that first wall, and that's for the...
Well, that's the important thing.
That's where all the old money is.
That's where all the old money is. And then as, it got filled, like it happens with Orinda, they had to build outward and they had to build an extra wall around everything else on the coast. So that's why there's a lot of hastily built houses out here. But yeah, what you can do is you can either walk, which is going to be... It's going to be a decent 20-minute walk inland, or you can take a carriage and it's going to be like 10.
How much would a carriage cost?
We're kind of filthy rich, so I'm not sure if it would matter.
How big is
I know, you... You guys are stacked right now. It's like a taxi sort of situation. So it's probably gonna be like it's probably gonna be like a bronze for each of you.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Maybe 2.
How big?
No, it's gonna be 3 bronze for each of you.
Okay.
I
So
think
that's
How
we
many are
just
we?
might be able to handle paying that.
there's okay. I'm counting as Sybil, and then there's Cassandra and Falsifer. So there is 6 of you.
6 of us?
Standard doesn't need
Yeah.
transportation.
7.
It is 10 copper
yeah.
to a silver, correct?
Yes.
10 copper to.
And
I don't know the conversion rate.
you're saying,
Oh no, economics.
It would be
3
3
per
times 6 is
18. I give
18.
him
It's
2. I'm gonna give him 2 silver to tell him to keep change.
cool.
Okay. So as on that, are we taking Caladine to a doctor first?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah. So you get a carriage
Let's sleep it
taxi.
off.
And it's one of those like carriages where the top is open currently because it's not raining, but it has it's like a
That
convertible where
convertible.
it's like a convertible where like the top can come up if it needs to. Sort of like how like old West wagons are.
Yeah.
But more of the carriage and more of a style of like a colonial, like nice carriage, like a colonial carriage. Okay.
Neat.
Yeah, so your driver is an old guy. And he takes you to the inner city.
Are we able to request that he drops us off at a doctor?
He says no, he just takes people to the inner city. And that there's other carriages within the inner city that can take you around.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
I want to say I'm like
once
in
you
sort of a long robes to like hide the ears and the tail and fur and stuff.
Oh, people, sweetie, there's no hiding your tail. It's very
Oh.
obvious that you have a tail. It's very floofy.
Good for
I
pet
still have a
peeves.
long
Good
cloak
for
on.
pet.
I
know, but what was your friend's name? What was your friend's name? Let me look.
Fawn?
Fawn. Yeah. You remember your tail was so floofy. You remember Fawn coming up to you and like fluffing it every once in a while.
Oh, no.
And adorable.
Oh.
What is the pseudo dragon doing?
It's
just hanging out.
Yeah.
It's hanging out underneath your cloak.
Okay, so I
because
probably
that's
got like
the
a
one
lump
thing
down the
that's
front of my shirt.
yeah. There's because that's the one thing where it's going to be really weird, and the story is going to be really hard to cover up if they find out that an Annabelle folk owns a dragon for some reason.
Oh no, it's actually my pet.
Keeping it in my shirt.
Kenneth's taking care of it for me.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, it's currently under the cloak.
I've got a 15 charisma. By Jove, I'm gonna use it.
Anyways, so once you are dropped off at the inner city, you are stopped by a guard, and a guard turns to you, Alexi, because you are the obvious person who has the most power here. And the guard says, "Is there a reason why the animal has weapons?"
He is my bodyguard. My uncle was recently kidnapped, so I thought it prudent to hire a bit of extra help.
and you have him under control?
Of course.
The guards kind of look at each other, and they're like, all right. And they let you through. Dang it. Frick, Falsifer's not here. Can someone check on Gimmick? Because he said he was going to be late. I just don't know how late he's going to be. And I have things for him. There's things that need to happen this session that involve him. Anyways. Once you get into the inner city, you know how like, you could picture, like, old historic English buildings in your head, right?
I could even rotate them.
Yeah, it's like that. That's the vibes of the inner city.
Rotate
And
building. I'm joking.
And all of the sort of, like, businesses are on the outside of the inner city, and as you get closer on the inside, it gets more residential. With a few, like, sparing, like, oh, there's a tavern. Oh, there's like a grocer and whatnot. And also, you went from dirt roads to cobble paved roads that have, like, bits of shells in them, so it's kind of pretty.
Yeah. In some ways, it would. Does this town bear any resemblance to? Where did I come from? Cassie? Because
Cassie? No.
Yeah, where I came from. Because I wanna say, this kind of reminds me of home.
No,
where I
not
came
in the
from.
slightest. Because
Okay, never mind.
How much do you know about Zelda?
Enough. Why?
Okay, so you know. Oh, who are the warrior women?
Gerudo.
Okay, so that style of town, the style of town of how Cassie was, is imagine the Gerudo village plus the town from Aladdin.
Okay.
Those are the same thing.
Yeah, so that kind of style.
Hold on, I got you.
Except there were...
Noted.
Cassie is much more of a desert metropolis, so there's, like, tall buildings and, like, the Capitol building was very large, and it has, like, sort of that, like, domed feature, like, often in desert architecture.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, this is not like Cassie at all.
Okay.
Also, you see, there's a lot of people here, a lot of different races here. Mostly humans, elves, and then halflings.
Okay.
And you see various different types of animal folk. Most of the animal folk are doing various hard labor, such as, like, loading carts, and there's a few, and, like, doing, like, maiden servant work. So, like, you can look up at, like, the buildings and you'll see, like, one, like, shaking out, like, a rug, wearing obvious, like, servant clothes, and, like, weaving it out to, like, air out or whatever. So, Doctor.
Yes.
Doctor first? Okay.
Doctor first.
There's you can ask the local guard, and there's you can ask the local guard, and there's road signs.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I assume you ask?
Yes.
Okay, so
We're gesturing to Caladine. We have a friend. They need to be well.
the guard directs you to the. So the guard directs you to the inner city and actually close to the governor's house, where there is a local doctor. And based off how the guard was talking about, this is the best doctor in the city.
How kind.
Because people can tell you have money.
I do got that ka-ching, ka-ching.
Yeah, you do. You managed to get it back after you lost it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
What grind? All you did was kill
You
a dragon.
live?
Has he? He has posted a general as well.
I shall give
Is he
you a
coming?
heart for being such a good friend.
You shall
Okay.
appear.
Is he coming?
You shall appear momentarily.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, so you head into the doctor, and very nice doctor's office. Who wants to help get Sybil checked in? Because she's Calandine. No, Sybil's fine.
Sybil is fine.
She's doing
checking in
the tour. She's doing the tourist thing of being like, "Ooh, this place is so new and so different. Oh, there's so many people here." And it's funny because she's obviously a merfolk and she's getting looks.
Sure.
But she's lost in the whimsy of it all, just being in such a new and unique place. But yeah. Oh, important thing to note. Alexei, this sort of style is seen everywhere in Orinda. So your hometown looks kind of like this, except on a much larger scale. Like, much larger scale.
So you're right at home.
Yeah. I am right at home.
Yeah. And obviously, Zane, you've traveled through Orinda, so you've seen this kind of stuff before. Yeah, so who wants to help get Caladine checked in? Because she's looks like she's delirious from a fever.
Oh dear.
I will at least take care of paperwork, because I'm probably a lot more familiar with this.
Yeah.
I will conscript either Zane or Caddis to help her in, though.
Yeah, I can help take Caladine wherever.
You good friend? Can you do you understand me?
Do you still speak common?
Yes. Do you?
She looks up at you like you're crazy.
Tell me, how many hands am I holding up?
2.
You see, the trick is, most people expect you to ask for the fingers. So if they're thinking and they hear you say hands and connect it with your hands.
She caught that. She said 2.
Good for her.
She's smart.
I was memeing.
Anyways, so it's great because, like, imagine, like,
Dragons.
a modern doctor's office, except it's run by magic.
Love that.
Yeah. So behind, after you get the paperwork filled out, there's like a bunch of mage hands and a bunch of levitation magic getting everything filed away and stuff like that. And like people are using like like sending stones in order to like send messages quickly to each other within the
They got
office.
sending zone pagers.
Yeah, they got pagers.
One of those things.
Yeah, so
They're dice.
you are in the waiting room waiting for Caladine to get squared away, and then she's taken back, and as opposed to like a normal doctor's office, there was just like a lot of rooms, little rooms. It's more like an emergency room where there's like beds and curtains. And a nurse checks her out, and she says that with the right care and with the right healing magic, she's gonna be okay. She just needs to stay. She just needs to stay here for about a day.
That sounds
Okay.
quite all right.
Yeah.
And in terms of payment, is that happening now or at checkout?
No, that will happen after checkout.
Amazing. Thank you very much for all of your help.
You're welcome. I assume you guys are going to be staying in the city for right now?
Yes, I believe we will stay in the city until our friend is well.
All right. We will come back to us tomorrow morning.
Of course. Thank you very much. And if it isn't too much trouble, do you know where we could find an inn?
Yes, the nearest inn is about two blocks down the road.
Amazing. Thank you so much for all of your help.
You're welcome. All right, and you guys leave the doctor's office, leaving Caladine behind. And
Caladine's dead.
no, she has tetanus. She has
freaking
tetanus.
Deadness?
Yeah.
Tetanus.
Tetanus.
She's freaking tetanus.
Yeah,
Why that?
Yeah.
Why?
because
Like that.
she decided to lick the rusty plaque that was on the coffin because she thought it would taste good.
What? Oh, hold on. That's not my camera's not.
I
plugged
see him.
in.
The sun in the background.
Oh wow! Hey.
Walliam.
Oh, look,
webcam's broken. Hold on.
Walliam.
I mean, we can see you just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about now?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Hi. Yes, you are being perceived.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why?
You know how it is. Excuse me.
anyways,
Perceiving you as a
Gimmick.
gift to me.
What?
Gimmick, to get you caught up,
Yeah.
you were having your earth-shattering conversation with Cassandra,
Yes.
and you guys came into port, and you learned that Caladine had tetanus. So what you did was you went through the city. It's a walled city, like all of them, and it's one of those places that has an outer wall and an inner wall. So the people in the outer wall are all poor people, and then on the inner wall there is obviously the main part of the city. Is he alive?
I don't
He's
know.
nope.
Oh.
No, I bet he froze.
Oh no!
Sometimes his Discord does this.
Shiny
I got that Miku blue.
Oh.
Sorry, I got that.
It just looks like a brush. I'm sorry.
I'm too hasty all of the time. I got
Oh
that.
yeah, now we can see it. Are you painting a Miku?
No, actually. I'm seeing about making bookmarks for a friend's wife
Whoa!
whenever I inevitably send mail.
Whoa! People have wives? That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
ain't it
know.
crazy?
Hey, Gimmick. Hey, Gimmick.
Rifle.
Gimmick, if it's gonna save your internet, you don't have to have webcam on. Oh, okay. Okay. What was the last thing you heard? Yeah. Think bossing say. Except on a smaller scale. Where there's a slums in the outer wall, and then there is the actual like inner city where there's a bunch of rich people. That
Where
you are
the
currently in
avatar
the
is
inner.
disappointed and appalled.
Yes. And there is no war embossing thing. Yeah.
That show.
So you are currently stepping out of a doctor's office after getting Caladine checked in for her tetanus, and they told you to stay there for the night. They told you to come back in the morning. You guys are very close to the governor's house, which is like a little bit further up the street. So when you guys of you are stepping out with them essentially onto the surface, and they're just happening to pass by.
I am neither hearing nor seeing either Josh or Gimmick, so I'm gonna try to exit and come back in.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
Oh,
now I can
Everything
see
work?
things.
maybe Discord's having just the little connection thing next to video connection linking to
makes you quite uncomfortable, so if you wish to trade or Zane, you are more than welcome to, as long as you do not get caught by another patron.
Yeah, no, I
Is
like
that
got into the room, and I lowered the hood, and I'm just like, hell. Ugh.
Wait, where'd he go?
I've pulled him into our room to essentially
Okay.
tell him, you
Okay.
don't actually have to room with me.
Okay. So
Don't,
I was
don't,
pretty I was basically dissociating quite a bit all
Yes.
of today.
Here.
Your tapeworm.
It's like having a friend on you at all times.
Pregnancy.
Pregnancy.
Oh,
Pregnant.
Licked a rusty thing.
Very disgusting.
Why did
rocks. She licks rocks. That's not out of her character.
rocks?
I-
Sybil, calm down. Rocks and rust are different things.
They're quite different.
She's a rock gnome.
Is rust actually? Hold on. Hold on.
Even if that's not in a normal thing for rock gnomes.
No, I'm
It's
trying.
just a Caladine thing.
Johanna just wants it to be that way.
So I'm because like, is rust technically a form of rock because metals come from the earth, and earth is rock. Rock is earth.
I mean,
So is
probably.
rust rock?
It is part of the process of oxidization.
Yeah.
Implicitly happens on metal.
Right.
So I think we could assume that if not technically rock,
Mm-hmm.
it is at least happening to a rock-like thing.
Yes.
So close enough.
Okay. Man, there are so many. This world is so much more complicated than we think, and we don't even have the right way to measure
Hey,
everything.
listen,
We don't have the methods.
all our magic, man.
Anyways,
There's a little voice trying to calm me down in my head, and it's not. Yeah, that doesn't help either, actually.
Does it
I'll
sound
be-
like? Does it sound like?
It sounds like you, I think.
it's this
Okay, because
Gimmick's
I
head.
was doing the XP thing.
Right. In that one instance, yeah. Balsifer had a phase, and that's what that voice is.
He's real for that. Yes. So not much has happened. We have, as soon as we docked, we got a carriage further inland
Right.
because due to the way this city-state is, all the businesses and such are further inland rather than being on the coast.
Okay.
And as soon as we got to that inland, we went straight to the doctor. So you haven't missed much.
Okay. Okay. Great. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you all for your cooperation in needing to move fast about the city. Um,
Mm-hmm.
know me from my past, or at least would recognize me from my past.
Uh,
And
okay.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to decide if it's even worth talking about. There are more important things that are happening, right? We're doing something.
Yes.
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 The next thing on our docket would be to find a guide to go further inland
Mm-hmm.
through
Mhm.
Orc country.
You cannot. Caladine needs to stay here for a day, so you
Yes.
need to
Yes.
at least
Okay.
stay for a day.
Mhm.
We need to find a guide. However, that's not an extremely time sensitive thing since currently Caladine is in a sick ward for the night.
Okay.
We will pick her up tomorrow and ideally be able to hit the road. But until then, we're kind of playing it by ear.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
All right. That's
know
fine.
I would like to see if they have already constructed a library of sorts. I have a couple of things I'd like to research, but part of me also thinks if I want to research, I should probably do it in a more developed city.
Mm,
Not that this is underdeveloped, it is just very new.
Mm.
yeah. Okay.
Pulsifer,
Mm.
you know that towns like these do have churches. They're just very small, and they usually have organized worship for all of the 5-6. And because they have worship for all of the 5-6, that usually includes that they have a library, because one of the main tenets of the Church of Air is the collection and the distribution. So there would be a small church, and it would have a library.
I do need to get to a library. Okay.
Go together if you'd like. I think you'd likely find it a bit more enjoyable with another
Yeah.
person at your side.
Yes, I would appreciate that.
Mm,
Going alone is I don't think it's great for my faculties at the moment. My wits are in need of presence.
Annis, I am afraid you will need to stick with me for the duration of our stay here, except for, of course, the
Yeah,
room
I got
situation.
it.
I will endeavor to stay just in the library instead of the church because, frankly, when it comes to worshipping, I'm more fond of a personal level. So,
That makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Zane, do
Mm.
you have anything you would like to do as we wait for? My chess pieces fell.
Um, not in particular, I think. I'm assuming we're all gonna go look for a guide together once we get there. Yeah.
Most likely.
I have some questions for that when we get to that point. But before then, I don't really have anything I'm wanting to do.
Alright.
Okay.
Hi, comment for the chat. It is my homebrew world. This entire world is homebrew. It's my own. It's of my own creating D&D as the setting.
Then whose module have I
Yeah.
been feeding off of?
Well,
Man,
I gotta fix that.
ooh. Continue on a scene with Alexi and Canis and Zane. I could call real fast. I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
okay.
You're good.
Bye. All right, so you guys are heading to the library.
Library.
The library.
Yes.
The town bells are ringing.
Investigating.
I can't hear them if they are. Why, do we have a handbell choir?
No, it's the there's like a grandfather clock in the lobby here, and I am this close to asking
is
the
loud.
couple down the hall to take the yapping elsewhere. Oh my word!
Yeah, I mean, can you?
If they are being disruptive to practicing or studying that may be happening, you are fully within your right. Or if they're being
truthfully
overly
tell them
touchy.
that the building is about to close.
You can tell them the building is about to close.
Yeah.
It's going to close in
I'll be right back.
soon, right?
10:30, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most buildings close at 10:30. But I've graduated, and thus all information has flown the coop. My brain really said, I don't need to know that anymore.
D&D Beyond has become frustrating because they have all of their new 2024 stuff
Yeah.
at the top, and I'm like, no, I want the old handbook.
Yeah, I heard about
Information.
them making it incredibly bad for neat.
I had to scroll almost all the way down to the bottom of the page where it has the section 2014.
Alyssa, that is so true. You're so correct. That's why I don't use D&D Beyond.
Yeah, the only reason that I use D&D Beyond is because it's a good comprehensive list of all of the races and all the classes. And if I want to look up information about a specific class or race, I could go to a different source for that.
Sorry, I am. That is not a silence of judgment. That is a silence of trying to figure out if there is a more convenient solution.
I mean, I normally just use D&D Wikidot. That's where I get all of my information. But the thing is, I like to be able to see what the race is going to look like when I look at the races.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's very fair. The one D&D campaign I do have, I'm barely using D&D for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm quite literally, I have the skeleton of D&D. Actually, there's nothing to plug, but I'm going to go ahead and essentially plug my own campaign. I run a campaign of my own. It's called Calamity's Bane. It's set in the world of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
It is not streamed. It's my first time
You told me about this, though.
Also,
You told me about the twist. Ooh, the final boss twist.
yes.
You told me about it. makes me very happy.
I don't know if I told you about the final boss, because the final boss is the same, but I do have thoughts that are happening. Regardless, in terms of races, I'm very obviously just using the races that are in Hyrule already.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially all I'm using from D&D is just classes and abilities, basic character sheet things,
Alyssa, I'll DM you about it.
because some lovely people. Hey man, GM Binder has resources that I have been using. You're so welcome. I love to spread the joy of Breath of the Wild D&D because it's so fun.
Also, Kira,
Josh
I didn't
is
know
one
you
of my
had a
players.
sibling.
Same last name, not actually blood related, but our
Oh.
dads were friends in college, so we were kind of predisposed to also be friends, and
That's right.
same
You
last
said
name.
you were an only child. Yeah.
We're sibs from another crib. Is what we said.
Oh, okay, because that's right. You did say that. We did Officer Kuhatsi today, and one of the questions was if Kira had siblings, and I do remember saying that you were an only child.
But yeah, Josh is one of my players. He plays a Goron named Pogo, and I finally got to let him shine in the other session. I was so happy.
It was great.
It was great. He hadn't been hitting a lot of stuff because we'd just been fighting bokoblins, and then I got to throw the Yiga at them.
Yeah, and I can't roll above a 3 for initiative.
Yeah, it was great. It was fun.
It's very fun.
Kathy, the player who is she's just Cassandra, yeah.
Cassandra.
I play so many games with her. I gotta remind myself of character names. She plays a Garuda woman named Aosana, and my third and final player is a mutual friend who is playing Skull Kid.
Yeah.
It's great. We have a lot of fun. Anyways.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
It's a
We
me,
have
Mario.
not left yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So. Cool. And
Chatting with the person in.
People have been banished. Huh? Yeah. And people have been banished from the hallways.
No, they're still there. They're.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Anyways, so you head to the church, and it's very much like ooh, who of you have been inside a colonial era church?
Oh goodness.
Yeah, where it's okay. So I went to Willie, and it's that sort of thing where it's like the pews are really like the edges of the pews are like really high, and then there's like the raised section for the choir in the back, and then there's like a pulpit stand that's also really raised for some reason, and then there's a confessional.
I think I've likely been in a much smaller church that is pretty close to that area. I don't know. Old Salem.
Yeah.
Historic district. I have a historic district in my hometown.
But it is Salem, and things happened in Salem.
Not
different
this
Salem.
Oh, different Salem.
It is. You're thinking Salem, Massachusetts.
There's a few Salems around the country.
There's a lot of Salems.
Anyways, so
ours is filled with Moravian churches.
Ooh.
They make delicious baked goods.
Anyways, so
speaking of baked goods, before we momentarily, yes, I did want to get that for Falsifer.
Okay, it is cool. You get a piece of pie. Let me.
Oh, I was going to get the whole pie if I.
Yes, of course.
Looking at it so intently.
All right, let me look real fast. I think
The cake is not a lie, and neither is this pie. We need the whole.
Speaking of,
the
my
pie
family.
is gonna be 3 gold pieces.
Oh no, I'm breaking the bank.
The whole pie.
Now I'm down to 492 gold.
What's a
Um,
boy to do in these circumstances?
What's a boy to do in these
In this
circumstances?
academy?
in this academy,
I gotta
I
figure
wish
out
I
what
was
that
this
um,
rich in
from.
real life. I wouldn't have to worry
it
about unemployment.
you get it's a very tradition, and like, okay, so like the innkeeper, what she does is she like takes it and like puts it in like one of like paper and cardboard boxes, and
Hmm.
with like a little bit tissue paper, because it's very obvious that she baked this herself, so she's like making it look nice, and she hands it to you. It is a like very traditional apple pie.
Love that. Love a good apple pie.
Yeah,
Cannot wait for apple season to start.
yeah.
It's not crisp enough yet, but
Yeah, so you go down before you guys leave, you get falsifier and apple pie.
yep. And I'm gonna just hand it to you, buddy. Go to town. Do what you want. Congrats.
Ooh.
Hi.
Congrats on the pie.
And okay. Now, colonial church type deal.
Yeah, anyways, the church is very simple as opposed to like having, things like stained glass and stuff like that, because it's easy to assume that this church was built when the colony was first established.
Very
Yeah, and in the back of the church, you can see that there's like office rooms for obviously the people who work in the church. And then there's some stairs off to the side, and if you climb the stairs, there's gonna be a library room. As opposed to the big library that was in Isla, this is just like this is just gonna be like your average bookshelves. And there is a librarian there. If you guys need help finding anything.
amazing.
Okay. Who is searching for books?
Me.
Can't read.
Imagine dragons.
Okay, are
Let me
you the
try.
only one who's looking? Okay, you're gonna try too?
We're looking at books. I would like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that seems
Zane,
within my purview.
the only reason, if you guys just want to like skim books, I'm not gonna make you roll for that. But I assume that I'm only gonna make you roll if you're gonna try to find something specific, and I assume it involves each of your quest lines.
Yeah.
Okay, Zane, are you gonna
Make
search for books too?
quest line.
Not at the moment.
Okay. Well,
Just
if you're just gonna
chill.
skim, okay. Cool. You two, roll investigation.
Alright.
Okay.
I should probably.
Get your dice out. I'll kill you if that's if you're gonna say that.
No. I was gonna say I should probably
Ooh.
clean my desk off a bit more.
That's a natural 20.
Nice.
Wish that could be me.
Nice. My first roll of the night. That's nice.
6!
Yay!
The dichotomy.
Okay.
The
We're gonna take care of this. So, tell me what you were looking for.
I'm looking for
Very true, Alyssa.
two
Very
for-
true.
I'm looking for books on the wheel, and I'm looking for anything that might mention a country, city, town of Rodwira.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. What you find is a children's book on the Fae.
Yeah.
And it's not very useful because it's telling like folk tales and like fairy tales.
It's one of those things you like look at and then like put back.
Yeah, and like the stories that we're mentioning were only mentioning Gladgrim, so
Not very useful.
yeah, no, not very useful.
Upon failure, I would turn to the librarian and ask for help.
Okay.
Framing it as I am looking into something someone else told me because I don't believe them and I want to double check that.
She thinks for a second. Oh, by the way, it's like an older woman. I'm not gonna put a race to her.
So old,
She
she has no
thinks
species.
She's just one big wrinkle. Like a Sphinx cat or a pug.
Yeah. She thinks for a second. And she's like, we do have one book on the Fae. But it is currently checked out by one of our other patrons.
Understandable. Thank you so much for your help.
I do apologize.
Oh, I understand. I'm assuming this is the only library in this city, so I would assume from that you are incredibly busy.
Yes, and we have a lot of people who do frequent here, and they are hungry in their search for knowledge.
I understand. And that is a great thing to have.
Anyways.
With that, turn, find Falsifer.
No insight check, bro? Okay. I would not trust anyone. That's a personal problem. Never mind.
See,
Okay,
it's
cool.
very funny. You and I are on opposite ends of the spectrum. I'm over here like, yeah, I trust pretty much anyone until they prove otherwise.
Falsifer, are you looking for what I think you're looking for?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let me think. What knowledge should I give you?
Whatever you think best. Whatever you think funniest, or whatever moves them into the more easily.
Whatever knowledge is the most knowledge.
You find a newspaper. It is a newspaper from Orinda. Specifically the capital, which is essentially quote unquote your hometown because that's where the big church is.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce that word right now, and I'm not gonna try.
Okay.
Yeah. And you get a newspaper about how the war is going. Recap. There is currently a war going on between Orinda's Neri colony and the Ether Genasi. Orinda is very much a losing battle for Orinda, because every time that they send troops out there in order to try to find where the tribes are, they get lost in the snow. Never seen or heard from again. And so Orinda has gotten to the point where they are, instead of focusing on sending troops out there in order to try to find the tribes, they're focusing on fortifying the colony, which is causing the colony to be more of a military fort, which was not intended. The reason why that the reason why Orinda even set up another colony in the first place is because of the overpopulation problem that Orinda has. So therefore, this is causing a lot of the colonists to honestly rethink their place and thinking about heading back to the main country because they don't want to be part of the military fort. But reports in the newspapers have noticed that they are they are fortifying the colony. So the Genasi have decided to get bold and started sending out scouts to check out the colony more frequently. A few of them have been, but no information they've been able to from them because they end their lives pretty soon after getting caught into.
Sorry, is the Aether Genasi against who again?
The near colony. Which is the colony. It's on the map. If you look, it's specifically on the near colony is placed on the island of Tibet, which Nessus are essentially twin islands, and they are snowy islands.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
Zane, as you're looking around, you see where Falsifer has found the newspapers, and you can pick up a copy and read it.
Okay.
Dennis, you can't do that because you can't read. You want to look for picture books?
Is he allowed to?
Well,
yeah, would I be allowed to?
He's not allowed to look for picture books.
Alexei's side.
In fact, the librarian glared at you when you started looking around for books. So it would be best if you just kind of stayed at the entrance of the library.
No dogs allowed.
Stayed at the entrance, bruh.
Can't hear you then.
Can y'all hear me? Hello.
No.
Can you hear me?
Put that away.
Hello.
That's a problem.
We can see that you're talking, but we don't know what you're saying.
Hold on, I can read lips.
I know zero about it. I know. I was like, and you like, oh, so now you're both. Wow.
It's okay, that was deliberate. Hi, can you hear me now?
I can't hear you.
No.
Don't you look at me like that.
Discord changed the mic I was using for some reason.
It worked in context.
Actually, yes, it did. That was weird.
Oh, there we go. It worked. There's your mic.
Okay, so not only did my volume down all of a sudden, but my microphone input changed. That was
Did
odd.
you touch anything on your headphones?
No! It was spontaneous.
Weird.
I don't know what happened.
Not important. Not important. Don't worry about it.
Anyways, so yeah, you kind of have to stay at the entrance to the library.
I guess that's not.
Oh, by the way, Sybil went with you guys, except she's worshiping and praying downstairs.
10:24.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You sound good.
Look.
Hi. I spout out some lore.
Yippee! I missed
Lord
the lore.
That's okay.
That's a war?
Zane. Yeah.
People don't want to be in it. That's it.
They're Zane and Falsifer are looking at newspapers if you want to look at them.
Sure, I'll take a peek.
Look at
So
the latest stock prices.
can I just like stay with
Stonks?
Alexei?
Stonks are looking really good right now, man.
Stonks.
How are we doing?
Oh yeah, you guys are doing well. Okay, so there's a little bit of a dip just because your uncle went missing, but like the company can run without him. So
Your uncle went missing. Your last shipment got destroyed.
That would do it.
yeah.
It's fine.
Oh, you read something interesting. There's been okay, so Cardiff obviously has an underworld.
Obviously.
Yeah. There's been a lot more. There's been more gay activity happening in Cardiff, more than
There's
usual.
more what?
Anyone we work with?
I mean, you recognize names, but no one that you particularly work with.
Okay. I'll take note of who's been the most active, specifically outside of Cardiff.
The people that have been the most active have actually been inside. Okay, so I don't know if you can. Okay, so on the map, there's Cardiff, which is actually 2 cities connected by a bridge.
Yeah.
The one in the south is the slums, and the one in the north is the higher class. Actually, the most activity has been happening in the upper class part of the city. Other than that, there has been the usual general unrest in the slums.
Oh yeah, Lucas is really cool.
In terms of activity,
I think it's really cool. I get to play.
Did the activity ramp up after Nikolai's kidnapping?
This newspaper is dated after the kidnap, so you can make that correlation, but you wouldn't know for sure.
That was like one of the best ones. Yeah, because Andy's whistle concerto with Provis was
That is
fire. You missed that, man.
background
You
information
gotta
rather
ask
than
Andy
a
to get it.
need to follow up on.
Oh
Yeah,
See you guys. Have a good night.
You too.
it's the Rodhaven gang.
How do you spell that?
However
We
you want
don't.
it spelled, because I pulled it out of my butt.
Rodhaven?
Yeah, Rodhaven.
RODHEIV.
VEN?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
That's how I just spelled it.
My man! One brain, one linguistic.
Spelling.
Oh, never mind.
Sorry.
Yeah.
There's actually 2 brains.
Yeah.
I know you're thinking about 2 trucks.
Now I am.
You're welcome. Can't say that because that's illegal.
2 brains, not on stream.
2 brains, not on stream.
Anyways, yeah, the Rodhaven gang, which very interesting because
I love that.
it's very interesting because
9 days after the anniversary.
the head gang leader is a known noble.
I'll be right back. I gotta go kick people out of the building.
Do that.
Okay.
You can mute? You unmute? No?
It's
Okay.
fine. We can hear
Gonna
the
hear
screams.
everyone crying as they're forced to leave the building.
Yeah, so yeah, the leader is a known noble. And he has a very successful bathhouse business.
Ah, so it's the
Gonna wait a second because he's recording.
Another Witcher reference. I take so much inspiration from Witcher.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know
yeah.
Witcher. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Your efforts
You
are
and me
wasted
both,
here.
yeah.
Dante did.
Yeah.
Dante's not
Here.
And where is he? He's at home, washing
with his
tights,
wife.
With his wife.
Washing his tights.
hugging his wife.
Making his YouTube
Nikolai's been
videos.
kidnapped.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, did he drop
Which,
another
I
video
mean-
yet? I saw he
That's
was
in the chat.
working on.
Huh?
Gang.
Pardon
Yeah,
my
Yeah.
face.
They like taking baths. They're a clean gang.
I had to ensure I was
Okay.
Gang. Scrub it up, Rob.
What? That's great.
Yeah, so cool. That's what you guys discover from the newspaper.
Yeah, you too.
Yay.
Yay.
Oh, we're still in the newspaper. Okay.
This is
Cool.
gonna sound really stupid. I only just now opened the map so I could get the proper spelling for Cardiff.
Yeah.
Doesn't it look neat?
It is a very neat map. Remind me of where we're at.
West.
We are in
Elmore.
Elmore.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wanted to double check.
Yeah.
And Elmore is.
On the left-hand side,
It's in the country of
Yes,
Aowen.
it is. It's on the
A1.
beach.
It's in the country of A1.
right above the
Aowen.
words Okie Sea.
OKC. It's pretty okay.
I guess.
The Okie Sea and the Doki Trench.
Yeah.
And the Literature Club.
I was
And
gonna
the
make
litter-
reference to that.
Man, I should have thought of.
I've never played that game.
Bardic Inspiration B.
Yay!
Monica was my favorite.
I think that's.
Anyways.
I'm not very surprised.
Um.
Honestly, I think she'd probably end up being my favorite too.
Born.
They're good
Okay.
games.
Although I think Yuki would also make her way up there.
Quick, something's happening.
Oh!
This time it's
Anyway.
a fire elemental in the library.
Oh.
No! Oh no. Oh, that would be so bad.
Anyways.
We pour water on it.
Kira, are you having to evacuate?
Yeah, I might have to like entirely shut down the stream until I get back to my room.
Hey, listen.
So
It's almost time for us to end anyways, and we're at a good stopping point, so we might as well just end the stream
Okay.
here. Yeah.
alrighty.
Cool.
We got a doctor.
Yippee.
We
Got
are.
knowledge.
We have knowledge.
Good morning.
There's a threat
I mean-
out there.
Alyssa, to
Oh.
be fair, the last time we fought an elemental in a library, it was a water
It was a
elemental,
water
and yes,
elemental,
the
yeah.
books did drown.
Yes.
Yes.
A
We currently
fire
have a mer
elemental.
person with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alyssa, I'll give you, or I'll share the playlist with you so you can sort of skim
The
through our
first session
previous
we fought
adventures.
monkeys.
Yes.
Yeah, just
I
watch
still
it, like,
have
20
bananas
hours of-
from that monkey mission.
They are going so dark. You gotta do something with those bananas.
No,
Banana
I've already
bread.
said that they're magical bananas, and I'm not gonna worry about whether they're
Oh,
good or not.
boo! I wanted them to rot in his pocket.
Hey, consider,
Pocket rot.
we let them get incredibly close to rotting, and then we make banana bread out of them.
There we
Yeah.
go.
But then we'll have a bunch of banana bread in our pockets.
Yes.
Ah, dang, and we gotta make sure that doesn't rot. But then we turned
We'll
that.
make more banana bread.
We'll make more banana bread.
I think. Wait, hold on. I need
Yeah,
to
let's
check this.
let you
I
know.
think Caladine specifically has a bag of holding that preserves things.
Yeah.
Caladine
She
has
does.
banana bread. She has a sourdough starter.
And she's not
That's not what you use for
sharing?
that.
Alyssa, I'll let you know what
Is a
our
banana bread
next
Have a good night.
session is.
Yeah,
And,
she has a
Yeah.
house of preservation, which
Yeah.
like preserves food.
Yeah.
And
that makes sense.
you let me know when you go live.
Put the pie in it.
I'll come haunt your chat.
Pie in it. Save pie for later.
Yippee.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that right now.
Heart.
Love you guys.
Oh,
You know what I might
wow.
So, turns out Psychonauts was on sale earlier this week
Ooh.
for
Yeah.
very cheap. Cheap enough that I, supreme broke person, could get it.
What, did you do this? This?
Like the
Oh,
rock
maybe
and
it's
roll
Rock
because
it
of
burger.
her
up.
on the background.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking that.
It might be
Yeah.
because of the background.
Anyways, good session, guys.
Yippee.
You're-
Yeah. Sorry I was late.
Well-
Had to help a friend.
That's fine. That's okay.
Helping
No,
friends
the-
is
you-
good.
Yes.
Helping friends is good.
Okay.
I
Oh,
might stream Psychonaut.
I need to play that. I have it. I got it a long time ago.
so me too.
Okay. I'm
It's
gonna
Okay,
do
silly.
bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Ugh, okay. Hi, Alyssa. How are you? Thanks for dropping into the chat. Oh, dear. Yeah, I am currently in the hallway of our music building where I sit and make sure people aren't canoodling in the practice rooms. So I get paid to do homework, basically. Your center work cooperated. Yeah. That's always it, isn't it? It's always work. So what are you gonna stream tomorrow? Like what/when? Let's see. Tomorrow's Saturday. Yeah. Should be able to make something. Later in the day, might be Minecraft again. Ooh. I like mince raft. Okay, well, poke me loudly when you do go live. I'll do my best to be there. I'm going on a little ride as I gotta get the table back into the room. Come on. There we go. Gonna go to bed, see you, Siv. Yep. Good to see you. Glad you could pop in. And I'll definitely let you know when our next session is. We're doing like sort of bi-weekly on Friday nights. So yeah, I'll keep you posted. Yippee. Have good eep. I'll see you later. Bye. Love you. Can I get balloons? Yay. Ending stream.